everybody. I was thinking about categories sometimes, and then there's everyone has an astrological sign, and then there's also something called these different personality tests, and they can all be like, there's different things that went into forming you to become this kind of personality type, and then there's also things that become self-fulfilling prophecies because of that personality type. And I was just kind of interested, kind of opening up a discussion between us about in some of these things, because I was in this program once, and I'm a Cancer. My birthday is the 4th of July. It's a small group, it was like 15 people maybe, but just like a big chunk were Cancers, and I thought it was really interesting. And kind of some theories forming about who ends up becoming an empath and who ends up getting involved with a narcissist and all that kind of stuff. And I kind of wanted to test some of those theories out. So I'm a Cancer, I'm an INFP, and then I'm an Enneagram type 9. How I got into I was in counseling with my first husband, my sociopathic husband, and he was type 3, which is the performer, and I am a type 9, which is like a mediator, peacemaker type. And he, but the way that the therapist explained it to me, you would be, pointing to me, you would be like going, this is great, and he would be going, speaking of my husband, and all these people think I look good. And it was on the market. And my husband, he was a really good sport about it. He laughed, he thought that was funny. Didn't feel like embarrassed by that at all. Looking back on it, even that therapist was definitely giving me hints and clues about, watch out for this. But he was definitely giving me clues and hints about him. Picking up on it, of course. And then it would be, I'd have two therapists a couple of years later. Two therapists that would, one gave him the formal diagnosis, and another one just called me after a session and said, you need to get out of this relationship, close the door and never look back. Of course I didn't listen to her. Anyways, how many of you have ever had a Meyers-Briggs test done? And if you haven't had one done, would you like me to introduce that? We could maybe do one together here or something. If you've had it done, what your numbers are, or whatever. I have a theory that there would be a lot of us here that would be water signs, like so it would be Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, or possibly Virgos too. I just have kind of a theory about that, and then anything like that too. That would be probably helpful as well. I mean, at the simplest level, like let's just go with the sign and maybe a rising sign, because people, there's all kinds of aspects and all this different stuff, and I don't know all of that stuff. In fact, I'm not trained in any of these things. I just have had the tests done, and I think that they really seem. So again, I'm Enneagram type 9. I'm an INFP on the Myers-Briggs, and I'm a Cancer with Scorpio rising. That's me. But I'm curious about any of you. If you had any of these tests done, how many of us have come out with similar things, or are we all over the board? Do we, are there all kinds of judgers here too?